Hello and good evening. I'm back again, and this time we're going to review a movie series that basically turned me into a hockey fan. That's right, I'm talking about The Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and 3. I know I only have the second DVD, but I know my first and third one are somewhere. I gotta find them. But anyhow, these are the movies that turned me into a hockey fan, sports fan, when back in the 90s. And ever since then, love sports, especially hockey. Absolutely. And let me tell you, hockey is an amazing sport. So on to the Mighty Ducks. Emilio Estevez, hotshot lawyer, gets caught with drinking under the influence, sentenced to community service. Yes, basically coaches a young hockey team, kids hockey team, which he has been steering clear of hockey since his days when he was a kid. So he had a bad experience with the coach of the Hawks, and understandable. Sometimes certain people ruin experiences of sports for people, but eventually in the long run, he does find a way to get help and to get into the spirit of hockey again. And in the long run, it turns the team around to becoming the Ducks, the Mighty Ducks, that is, led by Charlie Conway, played by Joshua Jackson, who absolutely plays well in the role as well. And I mean, all the characters were great in these films. I mean, Emilio is amazing as Coach Gordon Bombay. Absolutely worth it. And yeah, so they go on the incredible underdog run, just get into the playoffs, and of course face off against the Hawks. And on the long run, they pick up Adam Banks, top player, scorer, I mean, key player, without doubt. And the Ducks go on the run, make it to the championship, come back in the championship game to defeat the Hawks to win it all. Amazing story there. So second film starts off with Gordon Bombay playing in the minor leagues, and his skill is getting up there to the point he almost makes the NHL, only to get cheap shotted. I mean, dirty players, can't stand them. And also, so of course he's back to phase one, basically. And after meeting up with Charlie Conway and Hans's brother, he gets an offer to coach Team USA in the Junior Goodwill Games. And as a result, he gets the Ducks back together along with some new players to join him in the tournament. And things start off really good. Then, of course, they come up against Team Iceland, the toughest team I feel they've faced. I mean, yes, we'll get into the third film on the toughest team they faced, but Iceland, brutal team. Physical, stronger, bigger, and could skate pretty fast too. So yes. But yeah, and coached by a former NHL player, Wolf Stanson, who's had a history of dirty play. So yes. But they rebound after losing that game big time and get themselves back into it and get their rematch with Iceland, come back in that game to force the shootout and win it all. Now that's a story there as well. Amazing story. So yes, absolutely. Well done there. And then we go to the third film. This leads to another thing. They get a scholarship to Eden Hall Academy, and they get a new hockey coach because Gordon Bombay is still with the Junior Goodwill stuff and all that, and so of course he can't coach the Ducks. So Coach O'Ryan. At first, when I was younger, I wasn't his biggest fan, but as I got older, he actually teaches some valuable life lessons on how to handle life, not just on the ice, but off the ice too. To attack life. Playing defense. See, that was the other thing. Defense is a key part of hockey as well, without question. And also, what I like too is Carly Conway, you can tell he doesn't like how things are ran at first, so he leaves. And then eventually, when Hans unfortunately passes away, Gordon Bombay notices he needs to fix things, so he does. First, spending the time with Charlie Conway to help him through it. And so he's convinced to come back. And then, of course, he saves the team from being kicked out of Eden Hall, basically, with his lawyer skills, which saves them there. And then they get ready for their big matchup with the varsity team of that school. And let me tell you, brutal team as well. Brutal team as well. Sometimes a bit over the top and dirty as well. I mean, wow. So between them and Iceland, it's pretty close. Pretty close as far as toughest teams go. But slight edge, I'd probably give them a little more to Iceland. Because at least Iceland, for the most part, was more physical. Varsity, there were a couple moments it was pretty dirty. So I'll leave it at that. But boy, that game was a scoreless game through the first two periods. And even most of the third period. And then they had to kill off a 5-on-3. I mean, really? I mean, that's tough and brutal, but they come through and score the shorthanded goal with no time left. I mean, and who of all people? Goldberg, a former goalie, absolutely. Out of anyone you would expect, Goldberg absolutely is the hero in this one, without a doubt. In the third film, without a doubt. So yeah, overall, love the films. I do enjoy them. I still watch them to this day. And hockey fandom still lives in me. So yes, absolutely love them. And until next time, talk to you again soon.